tournament of 14-6, and as they were putting their pieces together, the way they started was not how they finished. I think that's probably what was most encouraging for Kevin Young. They all learned together, grew together, and they, coming into this game, had won 11 of 12. The future is so bright. I mean, NIL is kind of tailor-made for BYU, and they've got A.J. Debonta coming in next year. All the hype about Cooper Flagg, you're going to hear all of that for A.J. Debonta next year in Provo. And he had a chance. Alabama was one of his Final Four. Alabama and Kansas and UNC, and he decides to go to BYU.
Well, what I love about Kevin Young is his awareness to understand that BYU can be special based upon A, B, C, and D. And that A, B, C, and D is support. Debonta right there is support from the community, from the alumni, being able to get NIL, but also setting a program where guys will learn to enjoy college, first of all, as a student, but then you get taught in a hybrid pro-college system that prepares you for if you are to get to the next level. And then you're going to play with some outstanding teammates, get coached by outstanding staff. So the future is very bright for this BYU team, and it hurts right now. It's hard to see past tonight and right now, but I think this is just scratching the surface on the value in which this team is going to bring and continue to add to the Big 12.
Well, Kevin Young deserves a lot of credit. He convinced 4 key players into staying before he even went out and brought in some key players, and certainly whether Yegor Dimon stays or goes will be a major question for BYU. Saunders gets the steal and the layup.
Well, I mean, when Yegor, listen, if you're not going top 15, why go? Because you can.
It's changed now, right? It used to be a no-brainer.
No-brainer, but you can make the money now. You can develop into a much better player, stronger player, get your money, and then end up next year maybe being a top 5 pick. Okay, the rush is not there if you're not in that top 15, to me. And even in that top 15 is still a little dicey. I'll tell you what ain't dicey. This shooting display by Alabama.
That's 25 made threes, by the way.
Aiden Holloway's kind of getting buried in the story because of Mark Sears, but he's 6 for 13 from behind the three-point line.
Holloway would have his own record had it not been for Mark Sears.